Sure. Anyway, I'm Peter McHugh. This is Andy Almeida, and we work at AOL on the Consumer Analytics and Research team. Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about custom content development and measurement. And content as an ad vehicle certainly isn't a new concept. However, its dynamic has shifted somewhat in the age of the internet. Thank you. And we're going to tell you about some of the things that we've seen. So when we hear content measurement, we think of analytics. A campaign starts, runs, and ends, and along the way, we're bombarded with data. Our analyst eyes light up. We go to work with our toolbox of metrics, measuring and tracking through to the campaign end. However, as my boss, Tom Kelly, likes to say, it's a little bit like the running of the wieners. So I didn't get it at first either, but it actually does make sense. So I YouTubed a wiener dog race, and it was an absolute disaster. So the little dogs start out strong and with purpose, but before too long, some start running sideways, some run backwards, one or two relieve themselves in the corner, and it's a mess. And the point is that that's entirely us as analysts trying to figure out how to analyze, how to measure custom content. Because when we remove the framework and some of the distractions, what we're basically left with is a map. And all those intermediate metrics along the way are just signposts. They're helping us to answer, are we on the right track? But for a lot of the efforts I've seen, the map doesn't lead anywhere. So essentially, we have our metrics, we have our measurements, but we don't know what they mean because the foundational research, the compass, wasn't done up front to tell us exactly what our KPIs are or should be. So what happens when you let a wiener dog like me and Andy run free? You get a lot of data, and you get a lot of data visualization. So right here was a millennial male-focused campaign for a beer client. And all of our usual suspects are here. We have page views, unique visitors, we have social actions. And month after month, we were taking the client through this, showing them the audience accumulation and time spent. But before too long, the conversation turned to why. And we found that a good way to tackle the why behind content performance is to look at the content topics. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a scatter plot doing exactly that. So blown up, we can see that this is 325 content pieces, both articles and videos, across 12 categories. And there are three clear standouts: celebrity, comedy, and sports. They perform the best both in terms of social actions and time spent.
Now, before the campaign began, we helped our client understand what content topics they should actually be writing about. It's probably one of the most common questions we get. Some of our preliminary research came in the form of this millennial male interest graph from Gravity. And we see here that front and center celebrity, comedy, and sports show up for millennial male interests. And if you take a deeper dive, you'll see that celebrity is right up front, but accounted for relatively low social actions in our campaign. So we figured that while millennial males are interested in that Kim Kardashian selfie, they might be a little too embarrassed to share it. And if you want to take an even deeper dive, sadly enough, beer, wine, and Catholicism kind of run close together, but that's for a different conversation. So a second example of compass and map guidance comes from Ford F-150, a program called This Built America. So Ford partnered with AOL in a series called This Built America that highlighted American companies rethinking domestic manufacturing. The program included one video per state with Ford pre-roll before each video. So our usual analysis followed. we ranked each video by video views, but then of course we were asked why. And I can't actually show you the amount of views each video got, but let's just say they were in the millions. So there's a big disparity between the top 10 and the bottom 10 videos. And this didn't have anything to do with people watching videos in their home state, since there wasn't any correlation with state population. But when you actually watch the videos, a different pattern emerges. The videos with the most inspiring and informative language rose to the top. So we concluded that an auto's audience is looking for inspirational content, but they're also looking for information on their purchasing options. So this campaign, along with many others, inspired our content moment segmentation study. We realized that there are 8 distinct content moment types, proving that both practical and emotional content programs can resonate and deliver value to any brand. But some content moment types perform better within given topics. So here we can see, like we said before, the majority of auto viewers are looking to find practical information for their purchasing options, but we're also looking to be inspired. And this research can expand across a number of different industries and content programs. For example, nobody's looking to be inspired by political content. I don't think anybody can be surprised by that. But the vast majority of them are looking to be in the know. For beauty content, Inspire is right there, but they're also looking to find purchasing information. So you want to get the most out of your custom content, but to do that, you need to build custom insights driven by research and analytics, working together like a compass and a map. Thank you.
You got a little time left.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions? We actually have a good bit of time for questions.
I think everybody's hungry.
Yes, can we get a microphone over here?
What are practical ways that brand clients have actually applied this information?
Sure. So very recently, there's a Sleep Number campaign running on Huffington Post. And initially, they had come to us asking kind of what would be kind of a good topic to maybe write about. And Ariana Huffington has an effort right now to promote sleep and the health benefits of sleep. And actually, when we ran some analysis and when we matched it up with the content segmentation study, we saw that health and wellness, there are so many opportunities to talk about sleep and health and wellness. And so that was kind of a huge white space for Sleep Number, and it turned out working really well. So.
But it also has to do with the mood that the consumer is in before they reach the content. Are they looking to purchase something right away? Or are they looking to be inspired? So it's kind of the balance of the two.
Go ahead, follow up.
What about user-generated content? So have you guys had any experience, because there's a lot of interest in user-generated content, a lot of brands have user-generated content. Can it plug into this, or is it just kind of agency-created content that you guys have been working with?
So actually, a lot of the, I'm sorry if this is a tangent, but a lot of the user-generated content actually comes in the form of tweets and social media posts. And in writing, like a blogger will look at those and sometimes incorporate them into an article, or use them to analyze maybe some sentiment about a certain subject. So I think kind of in the age of social media, a lot of the user-generated content comes in the form of tweets and Facebook posts and things like that. So that's actually probably a large part of some of the stuff I've seen.
And then one last question.
Sure.
How do you work with sales teams to identify the right information?
Right. So a lot of clients will come to sales, or marketing will kick off a conversation with a client, and like Andy said, the big question will be kind of what should we write about? What are people reading about? And the goal there is to make viral content. Everybody would love, 100,000 or 200,000 Facebook posts or retweets. And really the best way to work with sales is to give them tangible, kind of boots on the ground advice for that content for that client.
Great. Okay, let's give Andy and Peter a round of applause.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.